Okay, Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and salutation you Akim out there that's been pushing this word in truth and sincerity. This is going to be a quick lesson, going into that strange Popeye's chicken sandwich. So the name of this video is going to be that strange chicken sandwich that everybody, all you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, that's a part of the 2/3, that's not in your right mind, is going crazy for. I live 2 blocks down from, or 2.5 blocks down from Popeyes, in the undisclosed neighborhood which I live in, and I walk past there. And you have in the drive-thru cars going around the block. Inside the store, the Popeyes restaurant, where they sell that GMO lab cancer-infected chicken, you have lines and lines of people. And there has been multiple videos going up on YouTube showing altercations over that chicken sandwich. Now, prior to this chicken sandwich coming back in the Popeyes restaurant, you had some dude bust in the Popeyes store with a shotgun. This is like 6-7 months back, with a shotgun demanding some chicken sandwiches, and they was all out of them. So you was going. So you went to jail for some chicken sandwiches. Criminal possession of a weapon, menacing, and you went to jail for that over some Popeyes chicken. But now you fast forward it 7-8 months later, they reintroduced the chicken sandwiches, and they are back in the Popeyes since Sunday. And today is Wednesday, and like I said, I passed by because I live 2.5 blocks, or probably roughly 3 blocks from Popeyes, and what I see is cheese lines of cars going through the drive-thru, and literally going around the block. Cars going to the drive-thru, and also people literally around the block for that chicken sandwich. Now the reason why I'm doing this video, because the Apostle Gabar did a video on this lab-created chicken, but guess what? I'm coming from buying me some red snapper, right? So I can make my little dinner. And some Jake came to me and was like, yo man, I just bought, listen man, this is shit. Take the chicken sandwich, man. I just bought 4 or 5 chicken sandwiches. He said 4 or 5, but I was like, what? And he was trying to give me a chicken sandwich because he was full. I said, I don't eat that, bro. And I walked off. So that prompted me to do this video. I don't know, because I wasn't really listening to it, because I was talking to my sister on the phone. So when he approached me, he said he bought 4 or 5. I didn't really hear him, but what I did hear was, take this chicken sandwich. And I was like, I don't eat that, bro. That shit is lab created. He said, I hear you, dog, and he walked off. But I didn't accept that shit, man. Accepting that chicken sandwich is like accepting death. So I'm not going to ramble on too much, but I got some scriptures to go into. But I want to make this point here. What's in them chicken sandwiches that's making these people, you 2/3, you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, to go crazy? Here it is. You can make your own chicken sandwich. You can go to the halal meat market or the organic meat market, whatever you want to call it, and buy some grass-fed chicken breast, nice size, deep fried. Then you can go to 187th in Belmont, which is Little Italy, to the bakery where they make fresh bread, and get some buns. Come back to your crib, season it up, batter it up, deep fry it. Hence, you got some chicken sandwiches, man. What's wrong with that? Why would you want to go get some lab-created chicken sandwiches which is going to destroy you, which is nothing but death, man? See, the 2/3 of you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, that's all you do. That's all you eat. You eat fast food, whether it's Popeye's chicken, McDonald's, White Castles. We not perfect, man. So I'm guilty of eating certain foods. Because you live in the land of our captivity, where all the food is defiled, even the so-called organic food may be defiled, man. But like I said, I'm not gonna ramble on. I got a few precepts, apparatus how I can be edified, man. Going into the defiled food, man, that we are eating. And what's in that Popeye chicken sandwich that's making these people, mainly this Popeye's chicken sandwich has been put in the poor neighborhoods, man, so to speak, where Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans dwell, hence the Israelites. Because it's lab created, it has chemicals in it, and the chicken that you're eating has died of cancer, has been shot up with multiple lab created hormones to enhance its health. So what is it doing to your body? Hey, you gotta ask yourself that question. What is it doing to your body? This is the first scripture I have is going to be Ezekiel chapter 12, verse let's say I'm gonna go to verse 12. And thou shalt eat it as barley cakes. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go up to Ezekiel chapter 4 verse 9. Like I said, the Apostle Gabar brought out these scriptures, you know what I'm saying? But just seeing, passing by Popeyes and seeing the cheese lines of cars waiting to go through the drive-thru, and the cheese lines of degenerate Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans waiting to receive that GMO lab-created death that they call a chicken sandwich, man. I call it that strange chicken sandwich. Because you know why I call it strange? Because I don't know what's in it, man. It's lab-created. Why is these people going crazy? You have Jakes getting into altercations, such as where was a verbal altercation, where was a physical altercation, whereas you're throwing blows, shoving each other, a shouting altercation, because one Jake may have skipped the line, or ultimately an altercation whereas it cost a Jake his life. He got stabbed up over a chicken sandwich. Over a fucking GMO lab-created chicken sandwich. You understand what I'm saying? This shit is unbelievable, man. What's in them chicken sandwiches that got these people going crazy, man? I don't wanna find out what's in the chicken sandwich. I'm not gonna eat that shit. Like I said, some Jake offered me a chicken sandwich, man. I ain't eat that shit, man. Get the hell out of here, man. I don't want that, man. I don't eat Popeye's chicken. Hey, the priest Shaman was telling me that his ex-girl had a chihuahua or one of them small dogs, and it was a piece of Popeye chicken that his girl had given the dog, and the dog didn't eat it. So that should tell you something about that, man. This is back in Ezekiel chapter 4 verse 12. And thou shalt, matter of fact, I'm going to go to 9. Take thou also unto thee wheat and barley. Wheat and barley is good for the health, man. It's good for your health. Wheat, barley, and beans. Beans has protein, fiber, that's good for your body. But now here's a catch. It says, Ezekiel chapter 4 verse 9, take thou also unto thee wheat and barley and beans and lentils. Lentil soup is good for you, man. It's good for your body. And millet and and fishes, and put them in one vessel, and make thee bread thereof according to the number of the days that thou shalt lie upon thy side. 390 days shalt thou eat thereof. Verse 10. And thy meat which thou eat shall be weighed 20 shekels a day from time to time shalt thou eat it. Verse 11. Thou shalt drink also water by measure, contaminated water, because they're putting the fluoride in the water. So not only is our meat contaminated, the water that we drink is filled with fluoride, man. Also, you gotta keep in mind that even though we are eating organic vegetables, organic meat, according to Esau's recollection of it being organic, you got to consider the chemtrails. So all our bread is defiled in the land of our captivity, man. Bottom line, it says, and thy meat which thou eat, this is Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 10, and thy meat which thou eat shall be by weight, and 20 shekels a day, from time to time shalt thou eat it. Verse 11, thou shalt drink also water by measure, the 6th part of an hin, from time to time shalt thou drink. Verse 12, and thou shalt eat it as barley cakes, and thou shalt bake it with dung that cometh out of man in thy sight. Telling you that the Most High was telling Ezekiel to bake his barley cakes with man's dung, which was defiled food, man. Mixing food with dung, which is shit, is defiled food, man. Which represents us eating defiled bread in the land of our captivity. GMO foods, man. Lab created foods, which is not really food. Filled with toxins, filled with poisons, filled with additives and things that Esau have injected it with to keep it fresh, man. It says, verse 13, Ezekiel chapter 4, verse 13. And the Lord Yahweh said, even thus shall the sons of Israel, it's saying children here, but the sons of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles where I have driven them. Now, we in the land of our captivity, which is the land of America, are not the grocery stores filled with GMO foods, genetically modified organisms. You have lab-created food that they're pushing, which is fast food, that they're pushing in Popeyes, White Castles, Wendy's, Burger King, McDonald's, even in the grocery stores, such as Fine Fair, C-Town, Dollar Tree. All these supermarkets and all these stores sell defiled food, man, which is GMO, lab-created foods, man, which totally destroy the immune system, which totally destroy your body, break your immune system down, whereas you get diabetes, high blood pressure, not only high blood pressure, you get all kind of sicknesses and ailments, man, that come with eating lab-created foods, man. But these Jakes, what they do, when I'm talking about Jake, you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, you're sucking up, man. You're eating. Yo, the nigga women, They will feed their kids poison, man. Because why? They lazy, they don't want to cook. They rather shake their ass in the strip club, go to a bar, and be the biggest slut and whore that's out there, man. While their children is eating McDonald's, White Castles, all kind of GMO lab created foods, man, that Esau, the so-called white man, which is Franken food, has created, man. But I guarantee you, them Edomites, them elites that has created this food, they're not eating it. Just like the Apostle Gabar said, they're not eating it, man. But here it is, it's all in the black community. And that's prophecy. Ezekiel, the 4th chapter, the 12th and the 13th verse. Matter of fact, I started from the 9th verse on down, man, to the 13th verse. Telling you how we're going to eat our food defiled in the land of our captivity. Lab-created food. What's in that Popeye's chicken sandwich that have you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans getting into altercations, man? Shouting matches, fist fights, and ultimately committing a homicide over a chicken sandwich, man, which is lab created. What's in that chicken sandwich that have you people bugging out, man? Where's this lines and lines, whether it's a drive-through or whether it's people walking, it's lines and cars around the block, man, of people waiting online for chicken sandwiches. It's some kind of drug in that chicken sandwich that's making you people go crazy, man. It's like a crack. It's like crack, man. Pookie from what's that movie again? Pookie from with Ice-T and and Wesley Snipes in New Jack City, man. It's keep calling you. Shit is crazy, man. Shit is absolutely crazy. How you people are reacting to that chicken sandwich, man. Even resulting to physical altercations, shouting matches, and even committing homicide. You going to jail for a goddamn GMO lab created chicken sandwich. You got to be out of your motherfucking mind, man. This is Psalm chapter 141, verse 4. It says, incline not my heart to any evil thing. And the evil thing is killing a man over some freaking chicken, man, that was created in the lab. Or, if it wasn't created in the lab, some cancerous chicken that has died of itself, that has been grounded up and fed to other chickens. Or a chicken that was violently killed by another chicken that has been grounded up, that has been mad in its mind and being fed to other chicken. Now them other chickens that are well, they get killed, defeathered, chopped up, washed, rinsed off, battered, deep fried, and sold in these restaurants, man. Sold in these fast food restaurants like Popeyes, Burger King, McDonald's. Because all these restaurants like Burger King, McDonald's got a chicken sandwich. Where it was a chicken breast on a biscuit for breakfast, or it's a chicken sandwich sold on the side where you can mix it up, a burger and a chicken sandwich, which is all defiled food, lab created food, man. It says back in Psalm chapter 141 verse 4, incline not my heart, which is my mind, to any evil thing, to go eat some of that shit there, man. To practice wicked works with men that work of iniquity. Which part of the wicked works of men that work with iniquity, which is sin upon sin, indulging in Esau's society, being gangbangers, being homosexuals, being lesbians, eating defiled food, being transgenders, working iniquity, man. Just doing all kind of manner of wickedness, man. In the land of our captivity. I'm going to read it again. Incline not, this is Psalm chapter 141, verse 4. Incline not my heart to any evil thing, to practice wicked works with men that work of iniquity, and let me not eat of their dainties, their GMO foods, they lab created foods, they fast foods that's, like I said, created in the lab, filled with aborted fetus tissue, filled with all kind of, injections, hormones that's been created in the lab to enhance the growth of the chicken, the beef, or whatever you eating, man. But Jake like to live unhealthy, man. The nigga women, that's why they so obese, man. Look at the nigga women, man. Most of these nigga women, man, they call themselves thick now, man. You ain't nothing but a fat bitch, because once them spandex come off, man, and you took up that girder belt, your stomach is going down to your knees. You can't see your pussy. You can't see your toes. Why? Because you eating GMO foods. You eating food that's destroying you, man. And you feeding it to your children. And that's where they chemically unbalanced, man. And that's where they bugged out of their mind. What about eating vegetables? What about eating fruits? You can receive fruits. You can receive protein through fruits and vegetables, man. But you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, you don't know that. Why? Because y'all too busy eating defiled foods and follow behind Esau, the so-called white man. Back in Psalm chapter 141, verse 4, it says, and let me not eat of their dainties, man. The defiled foods. I'm going to watch my diet. I'm not getting any younger. I'm getting older, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to watch my diet. I'm going to juice, eat the proper greens, so I can get the proper protein. And I'm going to refrain from eating GMO foods. Like I said, nobody's perfect. I am guilty of eating fast food. But it's not McDonald's. It's not Burger King. You understand what I'm saying? But everybody is guilty of eating fast food, man. But you got to know your limit. And you got to eat them greens to keep you healthy, man. Last scripture before I close it out. And going into the greens, going into fruits and vegetables that's filled with protein, man. Organic fruit and vegetables, not that GMO, seedless grapes, seedless watermelon. We talk about organic food, man. Organic vegetables, organic fruits, man. That's filled with protein that you can eat. They keep you healthy, man. It's all about a balance, man. If you're eating red meat, you have to mix it with vegetables and fruits. It's a balance. This is Daniel chapter 1, verse 5. It says, okay, real quick. Now, among these of the children of Judah, Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Verse 7. Unto whom the prince of the eunuchs gave names, for he gave unto Daniel the name Belshazzar, and to Hananiah Shadrach, and to Meshach, and to Mishael, Meshach, and to Azariah, Abednego. Verse 8. But Daniel proposed in his heart, which is his mind, that he would not defile himself with the portion of the king's meat. Which is the portion of the king's meat, man? All that rich food, perhaps lab-created food of that time, GMO food, and you fast forward to this time. You see what I'm saying? Nor with the wine which he drank. Therefore, he requested of the prince of the eunuchs that he might not defile himself. Verse 9. Now, the Most High Yahweh had brought Daniel into favor and tender love with the prince of the eunuchs. Verse 10. And the prince of the eunuchs said unto Daniel, I fear my lord, the king, which was Nebuchadnezzar, who had appointed your meat and your drink. For why should he see your face worse likened than the children which are of your sort? Then shall ye make me endanger my head to the king. Because Daniel was refusing to eat the king's meat, man. Nor drink of the king's wine. Nor drink of the king's water. He didn't want none of that, man. So the eunuch was telling him, man, you're making me in danger of getting my head chopped off, man. Because the king gave straight orders that you should eat the king's meat and drink of the king's wine. And Daniel was like, I don't want that, man. You know? Verse 11, then said Daniel to Melzar, whom the prince of the eunuchs had set over Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah, prove thy servants, I beseech thee, 10 days, and let them give us pulse to eat and water to drink. Now, pulse is nothing but vegetables, man. Pulse is vegetables. Now, Daniel requested to receive for 10 days pulse, which was vegetables to eat, man. Not eating of the king's meat, restraining himself from eating of the king's meat, but eating nothing but pulse, which was vegetables, for 10 days. It says, and as thou say, it says, back in verse 12, and let them give us pulse to eat and water to drink. Verse 13, then let our countenance be looked upon before thee, and the countenance of the sons that eat of the portion of the king's meat, which is that defiled bread, that defiled food, man. That GMO food that you see now in the kingdom of Babylon, man. And as thou seest, deal with thy servant. Verse 14. So he consented to them in this matter and proved them 10 days. Verse 15. And at the end of 10 days, their countenance appeared fairer and fatter in flesh than all the sons, it says children here, which did eat the portion of the king's meat. Because they was eating defiled meat, man. Meat probably perhaps killed of itself, died of itself. Eating roadkill. Eating that dainty meats of the Babylonians, what they was eating, man. But Daniel chose to eat pulse, man, for 10 days. And his skin was looking fair upon much better than the people that was eating that great GMO strange food that Nebuchadnezzar was issuing to the people out there, man. It says, verse 16, thus Melzar took away the portion of their meat and the wine that they should drink and gave them pulse, which was vegetables, man, which we should be eating now, man. But 2/3 of you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, y'all don't like to eat vegetables, man. Y'all don't like to eat food that's healthy for y'all. But instead, you choose to eat lab-created foods from Popeyes, from White Castles, from McDonald's, Burger King. Like I said, man, none of us are perfect. We are all guilty of eating fast food, man. But it's a balance, man. I don't know what's in that strange sandwich, that strange chicken sandwich that's being pushed by Popeyes. I don't know what's in it. I don't want to know what's in it, but I know it's creating a big disturbance, whereas people are committing homicides, getting into shouting matches, getting into physical altercations over a $4 chicken sandwich, which they can create themselves, man. All you have to do is go to a halal spot, like I stated earlier, and get some grass-fed chicken. Go to a bakery, get some buns, and create your own chicken sandwich, which is going to be healthy for you. Instead of spending $4 on a lab-created, cancer-ridden, disease-ridden, strange sandwich that you don't know what's in it, man. And that's why these jakes are bugging out, man. So with that, I'm going to close it out. Abba Ratazayu Akim was edified. I'm going to give all praises once again to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakak Radash, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. And with that, the name of this lesson is That Strange Chicken Sandwich. That shit is crazy, man. Hey, Shalom Akim.